Now we are going to start a topic that is care of terminally ill patient. First, I am going to explain what is terminally ill patient. Terminally ill patient means who are having the serious disease conditions. They are having the terminal illness. They are having, as for example, cancer. Yeah, we can say the any disease conditions patient is having the no chances of any recovery. Patient is having the last stage of metastasis. Any conditions patient is not having the chances of recovery. The death is fixed. Okay, so that type of illness is known as a terminal illness. In that type of patient, we are going to give the palliative care to the person. Yeah, holistic care we can say we are going to provide to the patient. Okay. So first we are going to discuss in this care, that is concepts of loss. What is loss? A person experiences loss in the absence of an object, person's body part, of function or emotion that was formerly present. Okay, what is loss? We can say wherever we are having the loss of something. Either it can be pen, either it can be person, either it can be some object, either it can be body part. Yeah, any things we are going to lose out. At the time we experience that we have lost something. Okay, loss is an inevitable part of life and grief. Okay, loss and grief both are different. Grief is a natural part of healing process. Okay, loss is inevitable. We can say that is not recoverable. It is having the repeatedly we can say having the effect. Okay, grief is a natural part of healing process. The reasons for grief are many. When we are having the grief, such as loss of loved one. If we are having the person who are with the having the we can say family member, yeah, loved one, any person we are a good friend we are going to lost out, then we are having the feeling of grief. Loss of health. Okay, if we are having the any serious illness, or letting go of long held dream. Okay, if we are formulated any dream and that dream has been let out, yeah, we can say that cannot be fulfilled, then at that time we are having the grief. Dealing with significant loss can be one of the most difficult time in person's life. Okay, whenever we are having the loss, okay, so will be in more stress, we cannot cope up with that particular situation, we are having the alteration in our mental health status. Okay, so significant loss dealing, that is most difficult situation in each and every person's life. Okay, next one is the categories of loss. Okay, mainly there are the 5 categories of loss. Which are the types here we can say, which are the categories of loss. First one is a loss of external object. Okay, any things we have lost out, any object we have lost out, that is the first category, that is loss of external object. That involves any possession that is worn out, misplaced, stolen or ruined by disaster. Okay, either it can be lost by disaster, as for example jewelry, money, etc. Any external object we are going to lose out, that is the first categories of loss, that is loss of external object. Second one is a loss of known environment. Okay, whatever the environment, our known environment, we are living in our family. Okay, so we are very familiar with that environment. Okay, so if there is any problem, so we are having the change here, we can say loss of particular environment, that is a second categories of loss. It is the loss that is associated with separation from known environment, includes familiar setting for a period, yeah, relocating permanently and transfer from place to place, yeah, hospitalized. Okay, if we are doing the job, if any person of our family is having the transfer. Okay, so if we are going to transfer the place. Okay, yeah, if we are having the occurrence of disease and we are going to hospitalize for some time. Okay, so that type of loss we are having, that is known as the loss of known environment. Third one is a loss of significant others. Okay, if we have lost any person, okay, significant persons we are going to lose out. That is a third categories of loss, that is loss of significant others. It includes loss of parents, either person is having the loss of mother या father, spouse, children, siblings, teacher, friends, neighbors and colleagues. Okay, so if we are having the loss of any significant person, that is a third categories of loss. And also entertainment figures and well-known person, if we are having the more important personalities in our life, and if there is a loss of that persons like actors, athletes, cricketers, popular figures of particular field. Okay, so that is a third categories of loss. If the person is having the loss of significant others, then also they are having the difficult situation to cope up, to live with that particular loss. Next one is a loss of an aspects of life. Okay, which we are going to lose out some important things, important aspects of our life. That includes loss of body part. Okay, if we are going to lose out our body part in accident, due to any injury, we are going to remove the lost out the particular body part. We are having the loss of physiological function. Here is hearing has been gone, vision has been lost. We are having the alteration in the psychological function. Okay, so example is loss of limb, eye, hair, teeth, breast, etc. Loss of urinary control, bladder control, bowel control, memory loss is there. Humor of self-esteem is lost out. Self-confidence, power has been lost out. If we are having the loss of respect, love, self-concept, self-identity, of job, etc. Okay, so if we are having the any kind of loss of important aspects of our life, that is also a fourth categories of loss. Okay, so that is loss of and aspects of life. And fifth categories of loss, that is loss of life. Each person responds differently to the death. Okay, if we are already having the any illness, any abnormality, we are knowing that I am going to be died. Okay, so some will welcome the death as a relief. Okay, if person is having the more suffering, more painful condition, they want some will want to get relief from them, so they will welcome the we can say death. Some will have the fear of separations, abandonment, loneliness, we can say mutilation. Okay, so some will welcome the particular situation, that is death. He or she will think that I will be get relief from that particular illness, particular problem. And some will have the we can say fear that they will have the separation from that particular environment, particular family, particular world. Then they will be having the abandonment. Okay, they will feel that something has been left out. Okay, they will feel loneliness. They will think that I will become alone. We can say mutilation. Okay, so this is a loss of life. So it is a life loss is also important categories. Each and every person is having the different reactions to the, we can say, death. So we have discussed 5 categories of loss. That is, first is the loss of external object. Second is a loss of known environment. Third one is a loss of significant others. Fourth is a loss of and aspects of life. And 5 is a loss of life. So these are main important 5 categories of loss. Now we are going to discuss classification of loss. First one is the actual loss. What is actual loss? It is easily identified and can be recognized by others as well as persons sustaining the loss. Loss of limb, loss of spouse or object, job. Okay, actual loss means we are having the easily identified. We can easily identify that particular loss. We can easily see that I have lost something. Okay, So person is having the actually, they are having the feeling, they can easily identify, they can easily recognize whatever the loss they are having. So it is known as a actual loss. Second one is a perceived loss. It is felt by the person, but it is intangible, or we can say less intangible to others. For example, macerational loss, that is loss resulting from normal life transactions like loss of youth, financial interdependence. So it is known as a perceived loss. Second type of perceived loss, that is situational loss, loss occurring suddenly. Okay, if we are not having any idea regarding the particular loss, that loss occurring suddenly in reference to a specific external event, means is for example heart attack. Okay, we all are not having any ideas related to the heart attack, we can say brain stroke or anything. Okay, so patient may have the sudden death in the cardiac arrest, heart attack, MI. Okay, so that is a situational loss. We are not having any idea regarding the particular loss, particular event that can cause the loss. So it is known as a situational loss, that is sudden death of loved one. Other example of actual perceived loss are physical loss, psychological loss. Okay, physical loss means we are going to lose out the particular body part, that is losing of limb. If we are having the suddenly we are having the accident, we are going to lose out the particular limb, upper lower limb. Okay, losing limb, that will lead to the loss of self image. So we are having the disturbed body image. So that loss we can't tolerate, we can say we can't adjust with that particular loss. We are having the difficulty to adjust with the particular loss. So that is known as a loss. So we have discussed actual loss and perceived loss. So that was about the loss. Okay, loss is the, we can say, inevitable condition of each and every person's life. Now we are going to discuss what is grief. Grief is a normal response to any loss. Grieving is the emotional reaction to the loss. Okay, grief means if we are having the any loss, is for example we have lost some object, jewelry, money, we have lost particular body part, we can say we have lost particular most important person of our life. Okay, so that particular loss we are having, how we are going to give the response, how we are going to react to the particular loss, that is known as a grief. And what is grieving? Grieving means emotional reaction to the loss. Okay, grief is a response, grieving is a emotional reaction to the particular loss. It occurs with the loss caused by separation as well as with loss caused by the death. Okay, so grief is also occurs with the loss. Okay, for example, either the loss can be, we can say, caused by separation, we can say loss caused by the death. Grief is a subjective state of emotional, physical and social response to the loss of valued entity. Okay, so if there is a death of any member in our family, so we can say grief is a subjective state. Each and every person is having the subjective response, we can say state of response, that emotional response will be there, physical and sociological response will be there related to the particular loss. What is the definition of grief? So definition, it is a form of sorrow that follows the perception or anticipation, loss of one or more valued or significant objects. This response often includes helplessness, loneliness, hopelessness, sadness, guilt and anger. Okay, so mainly we can say we are going to express the sorrow, we are going to give the emotional, we can say reaction, response to the particular loss. Okay, so it is a form of sorrow that follows the perception, anticipation. Okay, we are having the mainly these responses, that responses of grief can be person will feel loneliness, alone, helplessness, hopelessness, they are having the sadness, guilty, they are feeling the guilty and angerness. So this is a response to the loss is known as the grief. Next is the Bowerman, that is definition. It is the state of grieving. Okay, what is the state of grieving? That is grieving means emotional reaction to particular loss. Okay, so it is the state of grieving during which a person goes through grief reaction. It is the state of thought, feelings and activity that follow loss or includes grief and mourning. Okay, so mainly we can say how the person is giving the emotional reaction to the particular loss, that is known as we can say grieving. So Bowerman means what? It is a state of grieving. Okay, grieving state in which person will having the different type of grief reaction. Person will have the, we can say, state of, they are having the feelings, they are showing this particular activities, they are showing the response, and we can say they will have the particular sorrow, grief and mourning. They will feel the sadness related to the particular loss. So it is the experience of having lost something or someone by death. Okay, so Bowerman means we are having the experience of that we have lost something, and that reaction we are going to show out. That state is known as the bereavement. Okay. Next one is the mourning. It is the period of acceptance of loss and grief during which the person learns to deal with the loss. Okay, so mainly in mourning what we are going to do, that is the period we are going to accept out that particular loss, okay, and grief. So we are try to deal, we are try to adjust with that particular loss, that is known as a mourning. Okay, if we have lost something, so that loss with the help of, we can say, if we are having the any loss of any object as jewelry, so that loss we cannot come in mind for a long time. At some level, at some time, we have to try to adjust with that particular loss. That period is known as a mourning. Now we are going to discuss types of grief. Grief already we have discussed. Grief means what? It is the response to particular loss. Okay. Now which are the types of grief? That is normal uncomplicated grief, chronic grief, delayed grief, exaggerated grief, mass grief, anticipatory grief, complicated grief, disenfranchised grief and unresolved grief. Okay, so these all are the types of grief, how we are going to give response to the particular loss. First one is the normal grief. This type of grief symbolizes the most desirable and universal reaction to loss and is considered to be normal. The individual have physical, emotional, cognitive and behavioral reaction following the loss and will eventually move toward adjusting to it. Okay. See, this is a normal grief. Each and every person is having this type of grief whenever they are having the occurrence of any loss. Okay, so it is the most desirable, it is a universal reaction that can occur in each and every individual whenever they are having the loss. It is the universal reaction. We can say the individual is having the all disturbance, physical, emotional, cognitive disturbance. Okay, that reaction person is showing, but at some time, after some time, person can adjust with that particular loss. So that is known as a normal grief. Second one is a chronic grief. Chronic grief means what? Normal grief reaction that continue for extended period of time. Okay, if the person is having the loss of any family member, yeah, loss of parents, yeah, loss of friend, yeah, any significant loss. So what happened? Patient is showing reaction, yeah, they are going to give the response to the particular loss. but at some time patient can adjust to the normal routine life. But what happened in the chronic grief, patient will have grief reaction या response to the particular loss for long duration. Like if a patient is having the death of family member, so within 6 months, yeah, they should at least 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 months they can be adjust to the normal routine. But this type of grief can be have a more extended duration. They cannot be cope up, they cannot be returned to the particular loss. That is known as a chronic. Then delayed grief. Normal grief reactions which are suppressed or postponed because the survivor avoid the pain of loss consciously or unconsciously. Okay, so normal grief reactions, all persons are having normal grief reaction. Okay, so that whichever the normal grief reactions are, that they are suppressed or postponed because the survivor avoids. Okay, the person, they all are knowing we are having the load, but they will try to avoid that pain consciously or unconsciously. So that is known as the delayed grief. Next one is the exaggerated grief, an intense reaction to the loss that can include thoughts of suicide, phobia or nightmares. Okay, it is the most severe form of reaction, that is we can say intense reaction to the loss. Person may have the chances of suicide thoughts. The patient is having the occurrence of development of different thoughts like thoughts of suicide, phobias, yeah, nightmares. So this is known as a exaggerated grief. Then masked grief means what? Survivor is not aware that their behaviors are as a result of loss. Okay, they are having the loss, any loss, they are having the actual loss, perceived loss, any type of loss the person is having in the life. Okay, they are going to give the reactions, they are going to give the response to the particular loss, but patient is not aware about that particular behavior. That behavior is totally related to the loss. Okay, so that type of response and reaction is known as a masked grief. Next one is the anticipatory grief. Anticipatory grief is a grief that occurs before the loss of loved ones. Okay, sometimes anticipatory grief starts at time of terminal illness and can proceed until the persons die. Both patient and family members can feel anticipatory grief. Okay, what happened in the terminal illness, already I have explained you at the starting of terminal illness means what? Patient is having the long term illness, patient's death is fixed, there is no chances of recovery. So at that situation, patient and family members both are knowing that at any time patient may have the chances of death, patient can be die, that is fixed. Okay, so already they are knowing, so they are going to give reactions, yeah, we can say grief to the particular situation, particular loss. Already they are not having, but there will be chances of that loss. Okay, so that grief is known as a anticipatory grief, means before the loss of loved one in case of terminal illness. So both side, patient side and family, patient will have the grief, yeah, response, yeah, fear of loss, that family members will be lost out and family member will be having the loss of particular patient. So both person, family and patient both are having the response, yeah, reaction to the particular loss. So that is known as a anticipatory grief. Next one is the complicated grief. Complicated grief required professional assistance depending on the severity. Okay, patient is having the more severe disturbance, they cannot be cope up with the situation. So in those cases, person require the professional assistance. Either it can be requirement of counseling and treatment. So individual could be at risk of complicated grief if they experience loss that are sudden, yeah, traumatic, yeah, resulting from suicide, Okay, that is known as a situational loss. Okay, so if the person is having the situational loss, there will be sudden loss of something, sudden loss of body part, या sudden loss of family member, या sudden loss of we can say if person is conducting the suicide या heart attack, means sudden loss is known as a situational loss. So if the person is having the any kind of situation loss in their life, so suddenly they cannot be cope up with that situation, so that can be known as a complicated grief. So in those conditions we have to go for the counseling and we have to go for the, we can say, treatment. Yeah, we require the professional assistance for coping with that condition. Yeah, existing with that particular loss, we require the assistance of professional personnel. So that is known as a complicated grief. Next one is the de Saint Francis grief. This type of grief is defined as a grief that has not been validated or recognized. It often develops in individuals who have lost loved ones to stigmatized illness such as AIDS, या socially unacceptable ways such as abortion. Okay, so that we can say this is this type of grief, it is the reaction या response. Okay, but they are not, we can say, we are going to be validate out, yeah, it cannot be recognized. This type of loss is occur whenever there is a loss of family members who are having the AIDS. Okay, if the person is having the AIDS, so society members, they are not having the properly, we can say, accepted, yeah, we can say they will see the person as a we can say complicated disease. They are considering as a complicated disease. Yeah, they will we can say focus on the stigmatized illness. Okay, so whenever there is a stigmatized illness like AIDS, yeah, we can say in case of abortion, so that type of reaction, that is known as a de Saint Francis grief. Next one is the unresolved grief. In this type of grief, the bearer has failed to move through the stages of grief and accomplish the work needed to come to the terms with loss. Many factors can contribute to manifestations of this type of grieving and can include lack of formal closures, loved one's body never found or laid to rest, multiple loss, yeah, social isolation. Okay, whenever the person is having the multiple loss, yeah, socially isolation, then we can say that type of grief reaction is occur. That grief reaction symptoms will be developed. Patient will show the reaction to the one after another, multiple loss will be there. Patient is totally, we can say, socially isolated. So this type of reaction will be there. That is known as the unresolved grief. Now we'll move to the stages of grief. Okay, grief means what? Grief means response. Grieving means what? Emotional reaction we are going to show, yeah, we can say give to the particular loss, that is known as a grieving. Okay, so already we have discussed different types of grief. Now we are going to next topic, move to the next topic, that is stages of grief. So Kubler-Ross in 1969, having done extensive research with terminally ill patients, identified 5 stages of feelings and behavior that individual experiences in response to a real, perceived or anticipated loss. Okay, so mainly that there are the 5 stages of grief reactions, that is denial, anger, bargaining, depression and acceptance. Okay, so this is most important topic you have to remember. Okay, that is stages of grief. There are mainly 5 stages, that is denial, anger, bargaining, depression and at last that is acceptance. So first stage, that is denial. This is a stage of shock and disbelief. Okay, any loss, any things happen to the person, first At first stage, we all are having, yeah, any person is having the shock and they cannot believe that particular loss. So the response may be one of no, it cannot be true. Okay. If we are getting any message that person has been, we can say that person is expired, yeah, that person has lost something, yeah, there is occurrence of accident, there is loss of body parts. So at first level, any person cannot believe. Okay, so they are having the shock after listening this type of news. So always the reaction of any individual will be no, it cannot be true. Like that reaction will be happen to each and every person. So denial is a protective mechanism that allows the individual to cope within an immediate time framework while organizing most effective defense strategies. Okay, so first it is a protective mechanism stage. We are going to give the response, that is denial. Mainly in that stage, person is not having the, we can say, belief regarding particular loss, they will be in shock. Second stage, that is stage of anger. Okay, first we'll listen that news. Okay, our reaction will be there. Then if we are having, okay, this occurs to, yeah, this is a particular loss. Okay, so we'll have the anger. Why me? Why we are having? Okay. If there is any loss of our family member will be there, any situation arising, why us? Why that these things happens to us? Okay, why me? It is not fair. This type of comments are expressed by the person, okay, during the anger stage. Anger may be directed at self, okay, either it can be directed at the self or displaced on loved ones, a caregiver, okay. You will see in the hospital, if there is a death of any family member, so what happened in that anger stage, family members will be blamed to the healthcare person. Okay, so that is a anger may be directed at the caregivers also, yeah, even God. Why God has done this type of situation, why God has done this type of loss. Okay, so this is a reaction. So second is the anger stage. To anger stage, in that all person will show the anger reactions. Okay, that is a second stage of grief. There may be preoccupation with an idealized image of lost entity. Okay, so why it occurs to us, why me, it cannot be happen to us, and we are going to blame out, yeah, we can say we are going to show the anger to the particular persons. Third one is the bargaining. Okay, so first is the denial. Okay, in starting we are not going to accept our. Second, we are going to show the signs, signs, yeah, we can say symptoms, yeah, response of anger. And in third, we are going to start the bargaining. Which type of bargaining? If God will help me through this, I promise I will go to church every Sunday and volunteer my time to help others. Okay, so during this stage, which is generally not visible or evident to others, a bargain is made with God and in attempt to reverse, yeah, postpone the loss. Okay, so we'll try to, what we are going to do, we are going to try to bargaining with the God. Okay, if you will help me, I will do like that. If you will help me, I will go to the church every Sunday, I will go to the temple, yeah, I will help the people. Anything will go for the bargain. Okay, for what? For mainly to reverse, yeah, to postpone the particular loss. Next one is the depression. Fourth stage, that is depression. During this stage, full impact of the loss is experienced. This is a time of quite deseparation and disengagement from all association with the lost entity. Okay, mainly what happened in that stage, full impact of loss. Okay, we will experience this totally. Okay, we will consider we are having this loss, we are going to be having the deseparation, okay, and we are not going to involve in the any type of activities. Our main focus, our main thinking is related to the particular loss, that is depression. Next one is the last stage, fifth stage, that is acceptance. At last, what happened? That brings the feeling of peace regarding the loss that has occurred. Focus is on the reality of the loss and its meaning for the individual affected by it. Okay, last stage we are going to be accept out whatever the loss we are having. All individuals do not experience each of these stages in response to a loss, nor do they necessarily experiences in this order. Okay, so whatever that stage we have discussed in the sequence wise, first is we can say denial, second is anger, third is bargaining, depression and acceptance. Okay, either it can be in sequence, either it can be we can say not in sequence. Okay, all individuals, they are not having experiences of all stages also. Okay, 1 or 2 stages they are showing as the grief. Some individual grieving behavior may fluctuate, even overlap between the stage. Okay, stage can be overlaps. So each and every person is having the different grief reaction to the particular loss. So these all are main 5 stages of grief, that is denial, anger, bargaining, depression, and last one is the acceptance. Okay, next topic that we are going to discuss, that is the grief process. How the response to the particular losses occurs. So every step of grief process is healthy. It is only when a person gets stuck in one step for a long time that grieving can become unhealthy. Okay, already we have discussed grief is a normal healing process. After some time, we'll engage to the normal routine life and will adjust with the particular loss. Okay, but if the person is not adjusting to the particular loss, we can say that grief process stage, each and every step they are having the long period of time, then we are considering that this particular grief is unhealthy. Okay, so this process is different for every person but can be understood in a main 4 stages. First one is a shock and denial, intense concern, despair and depression, and recovery. So first one is a shock and denial. It is an initial reaction to the loss. Shock is the person's emotional perception from being too suddenly overwhelmed by loss. Okay, if we are listening suddenly, if we are having this sudden loss, then we can't believe it is the initial reactions. Each and every person will be in shock. The person may not yet be willing or able to believe what their mind knows to be true. This stage normally lasts 2 to 3 months. Okay, if we are having the loss of something, loss of family members, and so we can't believe, we can't accept, we can't adjust to the particular situation, so our mind cannot be set out. Okay, but after we can say 2 to 3 months, we are going to be adjusted to our routine life, normal life, and we are going to adjust with the particular loss. Okay, so it is the most important first reaction, that is shock and denial. It is the initial reaction to the shock. First, whenever there is a occurrence of any loss, we can't accept it, yeah, we can adjust with the particular loss, but after 2 to 3 months we can adjust with the loss. Second is a intense concern. Intense concern of manifest by being unable to think of anything else. Okay, even during daily tasks, thoughts of loss keep coming into the mind. Conversation with one at this stage always turn to the loss as well. This period may last from 6 to a year. Okay, it is an intense concern. It is a severe reaction. Patient may have the manifestation of thinking related to the particular loss. If the person is doing normal routine, yeah, any work, yeah, any conversation, they will be having the thinking of the particular loss. Okay, so this type of grief that will be about 6 months to a year. Okay, so it is known as a intense reaction. Person cannot cannot adjust with the normal routine. They cannot wash out that particular loss. They cannot forget that situation, that loss, and they can't able to easily adjust to the normal routine. So this is a intense concern. Third one is the despair and depression. Despair and depression is the long period of grief, a most painful and protracted stage of for the griever, during which the person gradually comes to the terms with a reality of loss. The process typically involves a wide range of feelings, thoughts, and behavior. Many behavior can be maybe irrational. Depression can include the feelings of anger, guilt, sadness, and anxiety. Okay, so mainly it is a long period of time. It is a most painful stage of each and every person's life whenever they will be having the any type of loss. Okay, so they are having the different types of, we can say, wide range of feelings related to particular loss. They are having the different types of thoughts and changed behavior related to the particular loss. So they will be in the feeling of anger, they will feel guilty, they will be having the more sadness, they will be having the anxiety. So this is a third stage, that is desire and depression. And last one is, fourth one is the recovery. The goal of grieving is not elimination of all the pain or memories of the loss. In this stage, one shows a new interest in daily activities and begins to function normally. Okay, so after some time they can adjust with the normal situation. They can forget that particular loss, and they are trying to adjust with the normal routine life. They can easily function normally. So this is the last grief process stage, that is recovery. Okay, so mainly we have discussed the grief process. In that, mainly there are the 4 stages of grief process in each and every person's life. Okay, but each step should be in proper duration. If any of the step that will be having the long period, then we can say that grief reaction is unhealthy. Okay, so mainly there are the 4 stages of grief process, that is shock and denial. Second is the intense concern. Third one is the despair and depression, and fourth one is the recovery. Okay, so this is the, we can say, these are the 4 stages of grief process. And before that we have discussed, that is the stages of grief. Okay, so process is different, and we can say grief steps are different. Stages of grief are 5, and grief process stages are, that you have to remember, minor difference. Okay, so this is about the grief process. So we have discussed concepts of loss, what is grief, different terminologies, then types of grief, then steps of grief, and grief process. Okay, in next session we'll discuss about care of dying.